Ciao a tutti, Marcello here, welcome to a new video list. Today I bring you into the world of monster catching games and show you some of the best you can play on PC right now. Let's go! Siralim combines monster catching with roguelike elements and the feel of an old-school CRPG. Better still, it's gone on to spawn an entire franchise. If that particular mix of genres calls out to you, there are several Siralim's games to enjoy. Siralim has no level cap and your enemies will grow in power alongside you. You could, in theory, continue with the same team forever, finding better gear and becoming stronger the entire time. How far will you go? On Steam. Not many other series have a broad enough roster of heroes, villains and monsters that they could turn their cast into a full-blown monster catcher after all. World of Final Fantasy lets you summon and combine mirages, chibi incarnations of classic Final Fantasy personalities. It wouldn't be a Square Enix title without a twist on RPG battles, so you'll stack your mirages on top of one another, paying attention to size and elemental types to create combos. It's weird and wonderful, and fans of the franchise can get it for a reasonable price since it's a few years old at this point. On Steam, Switch and PlayStation. While there might never be a proper Pokemon MMO, Temtem is the game that fans have waited decades for. Everything from the environments to the turn-based battles are easily recognized by anyone who's ever thrown a Pokeball, while Temtem's unique monster design and colorful style gives the world its own flavor. While it might seem a bit chaotic at first to have dozens of other Temtem trainers running around, the online feature added an exciting new dynamic. While PvP battles are certainly an option for competitive players, the main purpose of having an online world is for trainers to team up and help one another. If you do choose to go head-to-head, additional options like a pick and ban phase before each battle give Temtem an extra layer of strategic depth. On Steam. Its memorable characters and stylish battles make it easy to see why Persona has developed a cult following over the years. Don't be discouraged by the fact that this is the fourth in the series. Each Persona game stands on its own, so you don't need to grind through hundreds of hours in the early titles to understand what's going on. Not only will your team of anime teenagers battle demons from another world, but you'll also be able to explore and develop their relationship through the social link system. By incapacitating enemies in combat, you can convince them to join you as summonable creatures, shake them down for items, or have your part finish them off. Persona 4 is one of the best in the series, so try it and find out why. On Steam. Nexomon feels like somebody found an old Pokemon Red or Blue cartridge and turbocharged it in a secret laboratory somewhere. All the best part of quality monster catcher are here, with every dial turned all the way to maximum. Nexomon has 10 regions to explore, 7 starters to choose from and 300 species to catch and catalog in a single game. Nexomon also boasts some of the best graphics in the genre. Its animated battles are a sight to behold, as if they were pulled straight from your favorite Saturday morning cartoon. It's also Steam Deck compatible, which is a nice plus for those of you that have one. On Steam, Switch, Google Play and App Store.
Nobody has set foot here in thousands of years. None of the monster keepers knew about its existence. They call it...
Monster Sanctuary turns monster catching into a platformer. With an enormous Metroidvania-style world to explore, you'll need your monster for more than just combat. Riding them as a mount and deploying their special abilities is essential to visit new areas. Each monster on your team has his own skill tree, letting you fully customize each creature's capabilities and moveset. The pixelated battle animations make each encounter a thrill, whether you are grinding in the wild or facing down a legendary boss. On Steam, Humble and Xbox. There are lots of reasons that people hold Final Fantasy Tactics in high regard, but the ability to catch and train wild monsters probably doesn't top the list. Fae Tactics answer the questions of how the revered tactical RPG might have played if monster catching was more than a neat side mechanic. Peony's magical menagerie, along with her companions and formidable magic powers, make up your arsenal in Fae Tactics' greed-based battles. The game also has style to spare, so check it out if you're looking for a game with bright colors and tons of panache. On Steam, GOG, Humble and Xbox. Monster Crown is darker than most monster catches. You and your assorted beasts are on a quest to prevent your home from being taken over by a malicious tyrant. Of course, with such powerful creatures at your command, you could always size power for yourself. Rather than capturing monsters in a ball, card or other gizmo, you'll need to make pact with them. From there you can upgrade and fuse them to create more powerful minions for your war effort. Despite being a much more mature game than others in the genre, Monster Crown still manages to evoke a sense of nostalgia with graphics that looks like they were pulled straight from a Game Boy Color. On Steam, Switch, PlayStation and Xbox. Malice and Greed is a neon-drenched sci-fi RPG inspired by Shin Megami Tensei. Each battle presents the player with choices and opportunity. The last opponent you defeat will always offer to join your team. Leaving the strongest foe for last gives you a chance to recruit a powerful ally, but means you'll have to endure their attacks. New recruits can also be merged with your existing team to take their skills or trade it away for equipment. It's a cool system, and the early access version promises good things to come when the full game launches sometimes in late 2023 on Steam. Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne is among the best in the series. Like other Shin Megami Tensei games, Nocturne follows the eternal struggle between gods and demons, with humans caught squarely in the crossfire. By summoning, combining and training creatures from folklore and elsewhere, you'll have to carve your own fate from the middle of the conflict. Nocturne received an HD remaster last year, so if you enjoyed the more recent games in the series, now is a great time to go back and try this older title on Steam and Switch. Monster Hunter Stories takes the high-powered action of the main series and turns into a turn-based JRPG. The newest title in the spin-off series, Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin, gives us plenty of reason to hope that more are on the way. Monster Hunter's tradition of expansive, beautiful worlds is on full display with environments and characters that put Breath of the Wild on notice. The turn-based combat may be more appealing to some players than the main series' methodical hack and slash, but Monster Hunter's signature challenges is still very much intact as you battle iconic gargantons from throughout the franchise history. On Steam and Switch. Monster Rancher is a classic, and the release of the deluxe edition lets the new player experience these unique racing sims. You can only train one monster at a time, planning their daily routine and entering them in tournaments to win cash and glory. You can cryogenically freeze your monster to focus on one another, but ultimately every monster will meet their end due to old age. The Monster Rancher games are some of the most unique in the genre, so if you missed them in the PlayStation days, you have a chance to try them now, on Steam and Switch. Fantasy Creations' The Monster Breeder feels a bit like the GameCube title Gladius, albeit with a much deeper management layer. Players use crafting, alchemy, and a growing base of operations to breed and raise combat monsters. The X-based tactical battles pit your creations against hyperless gladiators and rival beasts. As the title suggests, cross-breeding monster is a core elemental of gameplay. Both the appearance and combat capabilities of your beasts will be determined by their genetics, so getting the perfect specimen will require generations of careful manipulation. Try the demo to put your skill to test. On Steam. Coromon was designed by and for players who want a little something extra in their monster catching experience. Nearly everything about the game feels like an intriguing twist on tried and true gameplay. Players who prefer a core play style will see only minor adjustments like an alternate resource system in battle or a different type chart, but hardcore fans and speedrunners who haven't yet tried Coromon should definitely do so. With a built-in Nutzackle mode and randomizers, Coromon players can shake up the campaign any number of times. Casual and pro players alike will find plenty to enjoy in Coromon. On Steam, Epic and Google Play. In this monster-catching roguelike, you'll explore a digital world full of strange monsters to tame and battle. The hex-based map is full of surprises, and when you come under attack, you'll engage the foe in classic turn-based one-on-one fights. Pixels adds a layer of resource management to your combat strategy. Like Pokemon, each move has its own pool of PP. However, each time you use a move, its cost increases, resetting only when the battle is over. This rewards players who vary their tactics and make the construction of each creature's move set an important decision. On Steam. This video ends here. Let me know what you think about these games in the comments below. Remember to hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and also consider supporting us through all our pages. Wish you the best. Ciao!